Yo, what's up guys? Today we're gonna talk about the attraction tactic in chess. So basically we're gonna lure a piece on a bad square, as it says over here. So usually that's gonna be the king. So we want to attract the king somewhere on a bad square. So in this case I'm gonna take the knight, because notice that the knight, our knight, is controlling g7 and e7. So when the king lands on f8, this is gonna be the perfect setup for the back rank checkmate. So I can slide my rook to b8 and he blocks and this is mate. So we go queen takes knight and then check and mate. Let's do another one. Okay, this one, I've never gotten this in a real game, but I've seen a lot of puzzles with this pattern. The point is that the rook and the bishop are set up perfectly, so we can attract the king, we can sacrifice the full queen. We go here, we attract the king on this square, and now we're gonna have a double check. But now which one is correct? Do we go to g5 or do we go to a5? The correct square is g5, because if we go a5, as you can see, the king can go to e7. But in this case, these squares are covered, so he can go two ways. If he goes to e8, then rook goes to d8 checkmate. So the bishop is gonna be here and the rook, so this will be checkmate. But if the king goes to c7, then we're gonna deliver the checkmate with the bishop. So bishop here, king is on this square, and as you can see, everything is covered. So bishop g5 is the right square. Okay, this one we checkmate with the bishop. Okay, so this one, it looks hard, but once you look at all the options, you're gonna spot that there is a checkmate. Actually, it says over here, I didn't even see. But yeah, basically when you look at all the options of attraction, so you look at everything, you're gonna spot that queen takes d5 is the solution. The point is king has to take, because as you can see, bishop is controlling those squares, also the pawn, so this is covered. When we take this one, it's basically checkmate, so king has to take, and then bishop e4 is checkmate. So we go here and mate. Okay, this one, the point is that we want to attract the king into the corner, so then we deliver the check and the mate. So we go rook h8, and this also defends the bishop. It's also an X-ray defense. King has to take, because otherwise it would be mate. And then we go check, king moves anywhere. He can go to g8 or h7, doesn't matter. It will be mate on g7 regardless. So we go check, check, and mate. Okay, this one, it's forced mate, as you can clearly see. The point is you want to open the king up. So we go rook takes g7, king has to take, otherwise it's checkmate. So for example, if he goes, if he doesn't take, then this is mate, and if he goes to h8, then this is mate. So he's basically forced to take. And now, as you can see, these squares are covered. Cannot draw circles. Okay, this is all covered. So if we take with the rook on f7, as you can see, the king has only one square. I mean, I guess then he blocks the bishop, so he has two squares. It can go here to g8 or to h8, but we just move the queen to h7 and it's gonna be mate no matter on which square it is, which square the king goes. So we go take and mate. Now let's do number 7. This one is interesting because it's a double piece sacrifice for checkmate. The point is that you want to fill up both squares. So you go check here, defended by the knight, so king cannot take. So he's forced to take with the bishop, otherwise it's mate, because notice that the rook is cutting the 7th rank. So we go check. and now we bring the other rook in. This would also be a mate if it wasn't for the rook, and then rook takes, and then we have this situation where rook is covering the 7th rank, so we only have to deliver a check, and the knight is perfect for this role. We're gonna play knight g7 checkmate. So we go check, we lure the rook on a bad square, and now we go checkmate. Let's do number 9 for the last example. Here we want to get the pieces in with check. So we want to go rook h6, sacrificing the whole rook, so we get the knight in with check. Okay, king goes up. If he goes to g6, then we go knight e7 check. Notice that the pawn is defending this square, knight from e7 is defending this one. So king would have to go, I guess, up. So king goes here, and then we slide in the rook, and it will be checkmate. King here. No, king cannot even go here. So this is just mate. Knight defends both squares and the pawn. So this is mate. So that's why the king goes up. And now we go rook check and knight check. Notice the pawn is defending these two squares. So king cannot go anywhere. King is boxed in. So this is back rank checkmate. So yeah, that's it for the attraction tactic. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you next time.